What's the difference between a liberal and a sack of nuts? The sack. Liberals recently, a survey was done about so-called solid liberals, interesting term, and the survey said, what are these people about? What do they like and what don't they like? And 60% of those say we are not proud to be American. 85% of those approve of President Obama's job performance, and 85% of them say racial discrimination is the main reason why blacks can't get ahead these days. And 52% of solid liberals have college degrees, and 21% have graduate degrees, and 100% of them are absolutely dumb. Just sharing with you, no whites. Now, white people are allowed to own property in Rhodesia. I guess now it's called another name, Zimbabwe. And the president there recently has ordered the nation's remaining white farmers to be booted off of their farms. No compensation. You're the wrong color. Go away now. And they're not even allowed to rent farms from black farmers or black landowners. And white ain't the good color. Get out of my country and do it fast. The population in Zimbabwe is flirting with 13 million. In the life expectancy for black men, there's 37 years of age, and for women is 34. That's just amazing, right? It's the lowest in the world, and there were 278,000 white people there back in the 70s. They represented almost 5% of the population at that time, and words to 2002, they could count 50,000 of them, and right now there's not a lot of white faces. They can't wait to get out of the country. In fact, the best place to find a white face would be at the airport. Now, have you heard anybody complaining about that? Have you had any troops sent over there? Now, just try to reverse it a little bit and say that there are no black people allowed to own farms in any country in the world, and the ones that do own farms, we're going to give them the boot. We're going to kick them off the farms. What do you think would happen? I know what would happen. You do too. There would be so much chitter and chatter, and there'd be airplanes full of soldiers going over to blow anybody up that they could, and that would be white people that'd be blowing up. You want to help white people in South Africa? The same thing is going on there. Donate to the SA in Need organization. Whites in South Africa are discriminated against. The slogan there now is we hate, these are coming from white people, we have to look after our own. No one else is going to do it. Go to their Facebook, www.facebook.com/group/SA in Need. They too are being discriminated against. They're being murdered. They're having their property stolen from them. The gun thing now is a great big issue. Hey, you're defending yourself. Y'all can't do that. The licensing requirements have gotten to be so restrictive that white people aren't allowed to have guns, and black people can pick them up without any problem at all. Again, have you heard anybody saying, hey, in the U.S., let's go over and help the white folk? No, I haven't heard anything about that. You talk about discrimination. White people are discriminated against, and governments need to step up and help. Activists in Chicago, Detroit, pick your city. Detroit, that's what I'm trying to say. See, I had Obama a little bit on my mind there. Black, white, you get it? Activists now have called the United Nations in Detroit to come in and help them because the fathers in Detroit City Hall are shutting off the water service for those who can't pay their bills. What a bunch of pinkos saying, hey, we're not paying our water bills to the UN. UN, that's the United Nations. I mean, that's another world and a collective group of people, blah, 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 blah. Come on, help us. What's up with that? I'm really digressing. The Detroit Water and Sewage Department announced in March that it would begin shutting out water to as many as 3,000 homes and businesses per week. What we see is a violation of the human right to water. So says the citizenry that are losing the water because they won't pay their bill. I mean, you want running water, run and get it. I mean, go to some well someplace. I mean, pay your bills like everybody else. Half of Detroit's population is behind on their water bills, half. And that represents about $118 million in unpaid bills. And then they wonder why they're broken out of money and having all of these hardships. This little town, Marietta in Southern California, you all heard about it. It's been in the news. They're saying, how come you're bringing all these people here from Mexico in buses? I mean, send the buses to, I don't know, Obama's house, or better yet, send them to Mexico City. Do something with them and don't keep bringing them here. Don't throw us under the bus. But it keeps on happening again, right versus left. Is there some part of that law, that immigration law, you got to have a passport, you got to kind of live here in different things that people don't get? Gee, y'all come back tomorrow. We're going to have more for you from the right. See ya.